Hello boys and girls, and welcome to the third episode of my weekly video game pickups. Last week I traded in my broken Xbox controller for this, a copy of Super Hang-On on the Sega Mega Drive. You see it here running in the background, awesome game. I already own it on several multi-cartridges, but not original in the box, so now I do. Sadly it is missing its manual, but hey, who reads them anyways? Then on Sunday I decided to go to a flea market. There was a really big one close by, and I was also very lucky there because on the first booth already I found two games I wanted. First up, Pac-Man World 20th Anniversary Edition. This is a sort of platformer based on the Pac-Man character. You can also play the original arcade game. Well, let's have a look at it, shall we? Welcome to Pac-Man's World. This game was released for the 20th anniversary of Pac-Man. It's a 3D platformer, but it feels a lot like a 2D platformer. You can also play the original arcade game and some newer 3D mazes. You can kill enemies by jumping on them, but the ghosts can only be killed if you have eaten the power pellet. Woo! Just got him in time. You have to collect a lot of stuff like fruit, pellets to progress in the game, because some parts of the game will be closed off if you don't have the right color of fruit. For example, now I have a banana. With this banana I can open this door downstairs, jump, I get some more pellets and also a letter P. If you can spell the word Pac-Man, you get more points at the end of each level. Checkpoints. You can also bounce on these barrels. There was nothing in this one. So you can see the regular enemies you can just kill. You can also, however, use the pellets to shoot the regular enemies, but not the ghosts. To wait one moment. A melon. What happens now? I got the cherry, and I have to go back over there and open the cherry door. Here you have to do a sort of spin dash to get across. Woo! Already 2 letters. Here's also not so secret coffin downstairs. And some more bananas. Probably there will be a banana door in a moment. Oops, banana door. Ooh, pellets. So there's a ghost upstairs, and the power pellet is here. As you can see, you can also play the timeless classic Pac-Man. It's an emulated version. I'm actually not too familiar with Pac-Man, so I don't really know if this is a great version or not. No! And these are the modern 3D mazes. They play similarly to the old Pac-Man games, but it's not quite the same, I guess. Much more fun playing the original Pac-Man, I think. But still, it's a nice inclusion. These are also mini-games during the platform game. All in all, I think Pac-Man World is a nice disc, and if you can find it cheap, be sure to pick it up. I also found Crash Bash, a sort of Mario Party clone for the PlayStation 1, based on the Crash Bandicoot series. Pretty fun, but not too great. Next up, I picked up some more common games for pretty cheap prices. Most of them have been going up in price recently, so I try to pick them up now cheap and play them later, so I don't have to pay like ridiculous prices in 10 years or so. First up, Alien Trilogy for the PlayStation 1. It's a Doom clone, a bit like Alien vs Predator on the Atari Jaguar. I think Alien vs Predator is more fun than Alien Trilogy, mostly because you have the characters from Alien, Predator, and also you can play as the Marines. And the aliens really look a bit silly in this game. Let's check it out. So, as you can see, it looks like your standard Doom clone. The aliens themselves are pretty hard to kill. This is a kind of cool effect, I think. The fog coming out of the walls. If you go through it, you get some damage. You also have different weapons. This is the 4th level, and for now there are only 3 types of weapons. Your basic 9mm, a shotgun, and a flamethrower. I'll show you the flamethrower. Oh, that actually was a human. In this mission I have to exterminate all humans who are still wandering around the medic bay because they all have been infected by aliens. So, and if you only have your 9mm, well, it's pretty difficult because it will take you a long time to kill enemies. You don't really have to point your gun at the enemies. It always stays in the middle of the screen. I will try to kill him with my pea shooter. You will see that it will take a very long time. But it's necessary because I need the shotgun bullets for the actual aliens. In general, you always have to go to computers like this, and then the light goes on and the door starts working. Ah, now I found the other mapper, so now you can see the complete level. Ah, I've been here already apparently. I'll pick up some bullets. Ah, I need a battery to turn on this computer. So now one is on my face. Now I will have to kill the alien with my pea shooter. It really takes a very long time. And here you see Ripley die. Then I got Spot, the video game. I already have some other Spot games, which are very nice platformers. This, however, is a sort of puzzle game, strategy puzzle game. It's fun, but completely different from the other Spot games. Let's check it out. So, instead of being a fun platformer like Cool Spot, Spot, the video game, is actually a clone of Reversi, also known as Othello, a sort of puzzle game based on an old board game. I'm not 100% sure how the game works. You're supposed to have as many round objects as possible when the screen is completely filled. But I always seem to lose. Oh yeah! Then I got a copy of Rayman 3 with a very cool holographic cover. I paid €3 for it. It's only fitting because it's Rayman 3. The next two games I also paid €1 a piece. One I'm very happy with. It's Res on the PlayStation 2. My sister owns this game and I already have a bootleg on the Dreamcast, but now I have my own copy, only €1. It's a very cool on-rail shooter in an abstract 3D world with some cool techno music. At the same booth I also picked up Spyro the Dragon, also one of those common games which has been going up in price recently. You see it running here in the background. It's a 3D platformer, also €1, can't beat that. After that I found 3 PlayStation 1 memory cards for €2. They're all complete in a little box with stickers to put on them. You can never have enough PlayStation 1 memory cards because they only hold 15 saves, and I have a lot more PlayStation 1 games than 15. Then I found my find of the week probably, an Atari Lynx bag, but inside there's no Atari Lynx, but original Game Boy. The plastic screen protector is missing, but there's some cool customization here. In there is the classic Tetris, of course. It also has the link cable cover and the battery cover. There were still batteries in there and it still works, so that's good. I'm gonna try to mod this one, put in a backlight and everything, and a new screen of course. But in the bag was more stuff. First up, Super Mario Land 2. You see it running here in the background. One of my all-time favorite games. It's also the first game I ever finished. Also Addams Family, Super Mario Land 1. This one is also very great. It's the only Mario game with shoot 'em up levels, so that makes it the best Mario game in my book. We'll play this later on. Bubble Ghost, haven't played it yet. It looks like a bit of a platformy puzzle game. And then Pinocchio from Disney Interactive. And last but not least, an original Game Boy link cable. So this one I want to show you guys about Super Mario Land on the Game Boy are the fun shoot 'em up levels. You have the same physics and the same upgrades, like the mushroom, the flower, the star, as in the regular levels, except in this level you have to shoot and fly. Actually you're swimming because you're in a submarine. This game is not very hard, but it's a super fun game for the Game Boy, the first Super Mario Land. If you don't have it, buy it. The bosses are actually pretty easy, as you can see. Also in this game the princess has a different name. It's not Princess Peach. Actually I don't even know if it's a princess, it's Daisy. Heck, before I forget, this was also in the Atari Lynx bag. I'm super excited with this one because I don't have it yet. I have the first one on Game Boy but not the second one. For me this is the best game in the bag. Then I bought 3 games I'm really happy with. I've been looking for them for a long time. In total it was €9. First, Fable for the original Xbox. I never played this one. I'm dying to play it. It was only €3. Normally they want 8 or 10 euros for it. This was just the right price. Then Final Fight Streetwise on the original Xbox. It's one of the later games. It was also released on PlayStation 2. It got some really bad reviews when it was released, but actually it's a pretty fun 3D beat 'em up. The story has a bit too much to it, and some really gangster style talking and stuff, a bit ridiculous, but the gameplay is pretty fun. We'll check it out in a minute. As you can see, it's a pretty fun 3D beat 'em up. But I wish the environment was more destructible. You can grapple enemies, you can punch them, and you have to pick up the dollars they leave behind. Oh crap, got the baseball bat again. That was always my favorite part with beat 'em ups, that you could pick up the weapons of the enemies. The last game I got from this seller was Lady Sia on the Game Boy Advance. I've been looking for this game forever, and now I found it complete in the box with manual and a perfect looking cartridge, so I'm super glad, and only for €3. Let's check it out. So, this is Lady Sia for the Game Boy Advance. It's sort of an action platformer with adventure elements. As you can see, you can sneak past an enemy, or you can simply attack it. I will sneak past this one, then turn around and attack it. Haha! The bad things about this game are the not too great music. Some levels have nice music, this one sadly doesn't. You have to free the prisoners, collect gems, and just make it to the end of the level, I guess. The game has pretty graphics, but sadly the controls are a bit slippery, which is annoying for a platform game, I guess. Once they start rolling, they're really difficult to beat. I can recommend this game. If you can find it, pick it up. I also bought some non-game stuff at this flea market, some good goodies. Oh, all this talking is making me thirsty. Let me have a drink here. You saw it. An Atari mug, only 50 cents. Pretty nice. Then I also got this camera. It's a sports camera from a couple of years ago. Also works underwater. I'm gonna use it to try to film some flea markets. It was only 50 cents. You can't beat that price. I also bought this super cool looking synthesizer from the early 80s. I don't know why I bought it, because I don't play the piano, but it looked cool, so I had to have it. It was only €2. It has also been used in a very famous pop song actually. If you can guess which one, leave a comment down below. Oh. And I also prepared a little song for you guys. Don't laugh at me, it's actually the first time I played the piano. That's all I know for now. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hopefully till next week. Bye.